There is a Southland newspaper that's been around for about 60 years.
It is the Los Angeles Sentinel, the largest black-owned publication west of the Mississippi.
And as our Straight from the Streets gang, Keith O'Derrick, discovered, the paper plays just as important a role today as it did when it was founded back in 1933.
Long before the civil rights movement was even thought of, our publisher published the seminal issue of the LA Sentinel urging our black citizens not to spend where they could not work. That was initiated because there was a department store that made substantially all of its profit off of the African American community, and they refused to hire African Americans. If you don't know your history, it's certainly going to be difficult to know your future.
Besides educating its readers, the LA Sentinel is opening the door to young people in the community with career opportunities. In many cases, these people have no prior journalistic experience.
This is the first time I've worked for a newspaper, and this is the first company I work for. And we have a section called Young Ideas.
Right.
And we show a lot of young people that it's always something that's good about, you know, positive stuff more than negative.
I came to the Sentinel 4 years ago as a general assignment reporter, and 2 years ago I was promoted to Young Ideas editor, and I've been here ever since, and I love it.
Besides Young Ideas, Marsha Mitchell also writes a second column, Around the Hood. The column covers everything from education and outstanding students to young leaders to poetry to art. Everything going on in the hood. It also reflects Marsha's personal commitment to the community.
Well, I believe that each one should teach one. I think that if I can touch one person's life, that I've done my job. I think that that's the best preventative measure you can do, is take an interest in a kid that you know. The ones that I come into contact most with are falling through the cracks, and I think that they know that and they're angry about it, so the way they express themselves through violence, it disheartens me. The percentages of kids who aren't doing the right thing is small. But yet still that's who gets the notoriety on the news nightly, whereas I think that there should be a lot more stories about those young people who are making a very good statement and living life the way, you know, it should be led.
With all the paper has accomplished, it's still fighting for recognition. Consider, for example, the limited media spaces at the O.J. Simpson trial. When the seats were handed out, the Sentinel found itself out in the cold. LA's only major black newspaper was excluded from the courtroom pool.
It was unfortunate that the African American press and any other minority press was excluded from that arrangement. We discussed with the presiding judge of the municipal court and the presiding judge of the Superior Court, as well as Judge Ito himself, and arranged that the African American press be accorded the same privileges as the other press media.
The LA Sentinel, as part of the National Newspapers Publishers Association, now has the responsibility of reporting on the trial for its 205 members.
We too can provide our own stories, can provide our own images, and can provide to our readership issues that are of importance to them as far as the O.J. Simpson trial is concerned.
Although the Sentinel has recently relocated its offices and many of its regular readers have moved to areas outside of the community, the paper still remains committed to the neighborhood.
I think hood is just such a cool word because a lot of times people from other areas look at this community as the ghetto or the inner city, but young people always take the time to say, I live in the hood, and I think it connotes brotherhood and a kindred spirit. So I think the hood is a really good word.
Continue to wish them well, of course. Marsha Mitchell welcomes all of your ideas, your stories, and opinions for her section, the Young Ideas section. She also teaches an internship program on Friday afternoons.